Howdy Broncos country, Mace here at Broncos Park, powered by CommonSpirit. Acclimation day 1 in the books, not a real training camp day. The Broncos did get some on-field work in, but it was pretty brief. 1 7-on-7 period, 1 team period, 1 special teams period before they called it a day as they ramp up toward training camp, which begins on Friday. 7-on-7 period, pretty crisp for their first day back. The ball did not hit the ground. Team period work, no pads on. Defense got the better of it. Plenty of penetration, really diffusing a lot of what the offense tried to do. We saw J.K. Dobbins out there rotating in along with R.J. Harvey. The first glimpse of what we expect to be a 1-2 punch at running back. Saw Dre Greenlaw and Alex Singleton out there. Of course, they were still sidelined during OTAs and minicamp, completing their rehab, so a good sign for them working their way in as they complete their work back from injuries. P.J. Locke, who was sidelined during off-season work, he was back out there as well as he came back from spinal fusion surgery. That's a good sign too. Jeremy Crawshaw at punter. I asked Sean Payton about him after practice. He's blasting some boomers, but there were a couple that were off to the side, and that was something Sean Payton did focus on. He said, hey, there are some ones where it's up in the air. There's some fireworks, but then there's occasionally a dud. Like, you got to get the consistency down. That's the thing that you're going to want to get out of Jeremy Crawshaw going forward. Of course, the Broncos' 6th-round pick. But there were some Titanic blasts out there mixed in with a couple that were, duds. But it's early in training camp, or the acclimation period before training camp, I should say. That's what you expect. Courtland Sutton out there took part in individual work, did not take part in the team period or 7-on-7, didn't catch a pass. Now, there's speculation, of course, that, hey, it's to do with the contract. Of course, he's in the final year of his deal, but he is here. He's not holding out. Payton did say that there are veterans who are on a plan, just as players coming back from injury who are on a plan. So maybe you're not necessarily going to see all players working every day, that there is a load management plan, so to speak, with some guys. And of course, Courtland Sutton is an 8-year veteran. So as you monitor players and how they work over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, bear that in mind. Now, if we see a player who's sidelined for multiple days, then that's a concern. If you see a player who's out for a day or two and then back, then that's something that would be more in tune with just a rehab plan or a load management plan. But the bottom line today is that every Bronco on the roster who's not on the PUP list was out there. So 100% attendance today. That's a good sign as the Broncos begin their acclimation period before training camp kicks off on Friday. I'll have plenty more in the daily reports coming here on my social channels, and of course at denversports.com. I'll have a written report later on today. And of course, be sure and catch me along with Cecil Lammey on Orange and Blue today at 5 p.m. weekdays, and of course 5 p.m. on Saturday as well, because there'll be a training camp practice that day. Until next time, take care. Thanks for watching.